The tennis world stood frozen in disbelief. Every single day in Berlin, another giant fell. A reigning Queen's Club champion. A Wimbledon winner. A former world number 3. A brutal rival who once humiliated her in under an hour. One after another, they walked onto the grass expecting to survive. One after another, they walked off defeated by a 21-year-old Filipino wildcard who had suddenly become the most dangerous player in women's tennis. And by the time the chaos finally settled over Germany, Alex Eala had done something no Filipino player had ever achieved before. She reached a WTA 500 final. Not through luck. Not through an easy draw. Not because the favorites collapsed. She earned it the hardest possible way. 4 straight victories. 4 top 20 opponents destroyed. One historic run that changed the future of Philippine tennis forever. Berlin was supposed to be another stop on the grass court calendar. Instead, it became the tournament where Alex Eala announced herself to the entire world. And the scariest part for the rest of the WTA. She looked like she was only getting started. Berlin, Germany, June 2026. The sun hovered over the historic Steffi Graf Stadium, bathing the grass courts in gold as thousands of fans flooded into the venue carrying Philippine flags, homemade signs, and impossible hope. Nobody expected history. Not yet. Alex Eala arrived at the tournament ranked world number 35, carrying momentum after winning the Birmingham Open title just days earlier. That victory alone had already felt important. It pushed her ranking to a career-high number 33 and confirmed what many insiders had quietly started whispering. Her game belonged on grass. But Berlin was different. This was a WTA 500 tournament. Higher stakes. Bigger crowds. Elite competition. And from the moment the draw was released, it became clear that Eala's road would be brutal. Her opening opponent was Donna Vekic. At first glance, the matchup looked unfair. Not for Vekic. For Eala. The Croatian entered Berlin playing the best grass court tennis of her life. Only days earlier, she had completed a miracle run at Queen's Club, entering as a lucky loser before somehow capturing the title. She beat Emma Raducanu in the final. She carried a 6-match winning streak onto the grass in Berlin. Her confidence looked untouchable. Analysts predicted Eala's run would end immediately. But there was one detail many people ignored. Alex Eala had already beaten Donna Vekic twice before. Both victories came on hard courts. Both revealed something important. Eala wasn't intimidated by her. Still, grass changes everything. And early in the match, it looked like Vekic's experience and power would overwhelm the young Filipina. The Croatian broke quickly and surged ahead 2-0, hammering serves and flattening forehands deep into the corners. The Philippine flags in the crowd suddenly stopped waving. The energy inside the stadium shifted from excitement to anxiety. Was this the moment reality arrived? Was Berlin about to remind everyone that rising stars still have limits? Alex Eala answered with fire. She broke back immediately. Then again. Suddenly, the momentum completely flipped. Her movement on grass looked natural, almost beautiful. She glided across the surface effortlessly, redirecting Vekic's power with fearless timing and impossible angles. Every rally felt like a puzzle. And somehow, Eala kept solving it. She raced ahead 4-2. Then Vekic responded like a champion. 3 straight games. 5-4. 1 game away from stealing the opening set. The pressure inside Steffi Graf Stadium became suffocating. This was the exact moment where inexperienced players usually crack. Alex Eala did the opposite. She elevated. At 5-5, she produced some of the bravest tennis of the entire tournament, breaking Vekic with fearless returning before calmly serving out the opening set 7-5. The crowd exploded. The second set became a battle of endurance and nerve, but Eala never lost control of the critical moments. Every time Vekic threatened a comeback, the Filipina answered with another fearless winner or perfectly timed serve. Final score: 7-5, 6-4. The Queen's Club champion was gone. Alex Eala had survived the opening war. But waiting in the next round was something even more terrifying. Elena Rybakina, world number 2, Australian Open champion, 2022 Wimbledon champion, one of the most feared players in women's tennis. The matchup looked impossible. Rybakina on grass is a nightmare. Her serve is among the best in the sport. Her flat power penetrates through the court like a missile. And only weeks earlier, she had beaten Eala comfortably in Rome. Most people expected another straightforward result. At first, they looked correct. Rybakina exploded out of the gates with brutal efficiency, racing to a 4-1 lead in the opening set while firing aces and crushing winners from every position on the court. The atmosphere inside the stadium changed instantly. The crowd grew quieter. The Philippine flag slowed. The chants faded into nervous whispers. This was supposed to happen. This was the world number 2 imposing reality on an exciting young wildcard. But Alex Eala refused to disappear. Point by point, she fought back. She extended rallies. She attacked second serves. She absorbed Rybakina's pace and redirected it with stunning precision. Slowly, the impossible started happening. 4-2, 4-3, 4-4. The stadium erupted as belief spread through the crowd. Rybakina tried to regain control, but the Filipina's confidence had already exploded. At 5-5, Eala delivered the turning point of the match, breaking the Wimbledon champion with fearless returning and impossible defense. Moments later, she served out the set 7-5. The world number 2 looked stunned. But Eala wasn't finished. The second set became a test of nerve. Rybakina continued firing aces. She continued attacking relentlessly. Yet somehow, the Filipina matched her shot for shot. Every service game felt enormous. Every point carried tension. Then came the moment that defined the entire tournament. Serving for the match. Hands shaking. Heart pounding. Crowd roaring. Alex Eala stood on the baseline, needing only a few more points to complete the biggest victory of her life. At 15-30, the pressure became unbearable. Most players would tighten up. Most players would play safe. Eala fired an ace. Pure courage. Pure fearlessness. Moments later, Rybakina missed one final shot. Game. Set. Match. Alex Eala defeated the world number 2 7-5, 6-4. The stadium exploded into complete chaos. Fans screamed. Flags waved wildly. People stood on their chairs unable to believe what they had just witnessed. And in the middle of it all stood a 21-year-old Filipina who looked equally shocked herself. Immediately after the victory, Eala grabbed her phone and called her parents directly from center court. "We were screaming," she said afterward with a laugh. "I just kept saying, 'Oh my God.'" There was no rehearsed speech. No polished media response. Just raw emotion from a young athlete realizing she had shocked the entire tennis world. But Berlin still wasn't finished with her. Less than 24 hours later, Eala returned to face another giant. Elina Svitolina. Former world number 3. 20-time WTA champion. One of the smartest competitors on tour. Fresh off an incredible season. Many wondered whether Eala would finally run out of energy after the emotional high of beating Rybakina. Instead, she played even better. From the very beginning, she controlled the match with fearless aggression and impossible movement. Her left-handed angles constantly disrupted Svitolina's rhythm, preventing the Ukrainian veteran from settling into rallies. Eala broke early. Then again. The opening set disappeared quickly. 6-3. The second set became far more physical. Long rallies. Heavy pressure. Svitolina fought desperately to extend the match, clawing back to 5-4 and threatening to force a decider. But by this point, something had changed inside Alex Eala. She no longer looked like a wild card. She looked like a contender. Serving for the match, she stayed calm and closed the victory with a fearless backhand winner. 6-3, 6-4. Another top 10 player eliminated. Another statement delivered. Another milestone achieved. For the first time in her career, Alex Eala had reached the semifinals of a WTA 500 event. And waiting there was a ghost. Linda Noskova. 3 months earlier at Indian Wells, Noskova had humiliated Eala 6-2, 6-0 in one of the most painful losses of the Filipina's career. That defeat haunted her. It followed her through practices, through hotel rooms, through quiet moments of doubt. Every athlete carries certain losses longer than others. This was one of them. Now Berlin offered something rare in professional sports: a second chance. From the opening point, the atmosphere felt personal. Noskova entered the semi-final in brilliant form, crushing serves and flattening ground strokes with terrifying pace. She had already beaten top players throughout the season and looked ready for another final. But Alex Eala was no longer the same player she had been at Indian Wells. This version was fearless, battle-tested, confident. Her movement on grass neutralized Noskova's power in ways almost nobody expected. She cut off angles early, redirected pace brilliantly, and constantly forced the Czech star into uncomfortable positions. Every game carried intensity. Every rally carried history. And slowly, the revenge story unfolded. Eala broke early, held firm, then broke again. The pressure shifted completely onto Noskova. The player who once humiliated the Filipina suddenly looked rattled herself. When the final point ended, the scoreboard told the story nobody saw coming. 6-2, 6-4. Alex Eala had completed her revenge. And with that victory, history was made. For the first time ever, a Filipino tennis player had reached a WTA 500 final. The stadium exploded. Philippine flags flooded the stands. Fans screamed through tears. And Alex Eala collapsed onto the grass with her hands covering her face as the reality finally overwhelmed her. She had beaten 4 top 20 players in one tournament: Donna Vekic, Elena Rybakina, Alina Svitolina, Linda Noskova. One after another. No shortcuts. No lucky draw. No miracle collapses from opponents. She earned every single victory. And suddenly, the tennis world was forced to ask a new question. Not whether Alex Eala belonged, but how far she could actually go. Because this wasn't just a breakthrough anymore. This was the arrival of a genuine threat. The statistics alone felt surreal. 9 wins from 10 matches on grass in 2026. Victories over multiple top 10 opponents. A ranking rise from outside the spotlight into the world's top 30. And perhaps most importantly, a style of tennis perfectly designed for grass. Her left-handed angles created chaos. Her timing robbed opponents of preparation. Her bravery transformed pressure moments into opportunities. And her serve, once considered the weakest part of her game, suddenly looked dangerous on the biggest stage. Former players and analysts immediately started discussing her as a legitimate Wimbledon dark horse. Because if she could beat Rybakina and Svitolina on grass in Berlin, why couldn't she do it again in London? Why couldn't she make a second-week run at Wimbledon? Why couldn't she become something even bigger? The Philippines had never seen a tennis player like this before. Not at this level. Not on this stage. Every victory created waves across social media. Every highlight spread across the world. And with every match, the connection between Eala and Filipino fans became even more emotional. They weren't just watching a rising athlete anymore. They were watching history unfold in real time. After defeating Noskova, Eala spoke calmly despite the emotional chaos surrounding her. "She's an amazing player," she said. "Our last match was really difficult for me. I just wanted to prepare better this time and show what I could do." That answer revealed everything about why so many people had started falling in love with her story. Humility, fearlessness, resilience. She never spoke like someone trying to prove people wrong. She spoke like someone quietly proving herself right. And now only one match remained. The final. The biggest match of her life. A chance to win the biggest title of her career. A chance to complete one of the greatest tournament runs women's tennis had seen in years. Inside Steffi Graf Stadium, the atmosphere before the final felt almost surreal. The Philippine flags returned in massive numbers. Fans packed the venue hours before the match. The chants echoed through Berlin long before warm-ups began. "Leben Alex." Again, and again, and again. Because something larger than tennis had started happening. Alex Eala had become more than a player. She had become a movement. A symbol of possibility. A reminder that talent from Southeast Asia could stand toe-to-toe with the sports elite and win. And regardless of what happened in the final, Berlin had already changed her career forever. She arrived as a wild card. She left as one of the biggest stories in world tennis. The world rankings would soon reflect her rise. The respect inside locker rooms would grow instantly. Opponents who once viewed her as dangerous but inexperienced would now see something entirely different. A threat. A genuine contender. And perhaps the most exciting part of all? She was only 21 years old. No one knows exactly where Alex Eala's ceiling truly is. Maybe Berlin becomes the start of multiple Grand Slam runs. Maybe Wimbledon becomes her next explosion. Maybe this tournament marks the beginning of a completely new era in women's tennis. But one thing became undeniable on the grass courts of Germany. Alex Eala no longer looks like the future. She looks like the present. And the rest of the WTA has officially been warned. Leben always. Because the Alex Eala era may have only just begun.